So what I'm doing today is I'm changing out wheels on a Roberts carriage. We've already done the front ones because I failed to video before, but we've got a floor jack and we have them lifted just enough that apparently they are now free floating. So these ones, what I failed to notice at the start is that we actually have two little set screws here, 1, 2, and we're just going to use an Allen wrench to pop those off. Now the nice thing on these is that you don't have to take the set screws out all the way. Now this thing's spinning on me. I don't have enough hands. So we're just barely undoing those and you notice it's gonna pop right off. We've got garbage sack under here to help us out. We've got our pseudo cotter pin here and our castle nut. We've got some channel locks here that are not super friendly, but they're going to do the job, or they might do the job if they actually locked into place like they're supposed to. I just straighten out our cotter pin on one side. Much easier to do if you got both your hands in use, but yeah. There we go. So cotter pin's out. We have this is a well-greased wheel, and this castle nut is just hand tight, and that's part of the reason why you have a cotter pin in there, is so that you don't have to bind this down all the way, because who really has an 1.25" socket wrench? So we're just going to pull that off there. Ta-da. Set it down on there. And then this whole thing's just going to slide right out. I'm going to put my hand over this to be sure that my ball bearing doesn't fall out. So here we have the inside. It's got drum brakes on the back, and it's a little dusty. Had to get rid of a few spider webs, but still functional. So now we're going to grab our new wheel. This one has a screw-on hub. We're going to go ahead and set it on here before we unscrew it. So now that we have this on here, I need to get the grease off my hand so I can unscrew the hub. So you want to be sure you have it on there all the way. It's flush with the drum. I need to push this in a little bit more, but I'm going to get the castle, or I'm going to put the castle nut on here instead. So this one just screws on, and it hand screws, and this is why we leave the hub on, so that we don't have to worry about our ball bearing falling off. Okay, push that back in there. I'm gonna have to angle this slightly, which requires 2 hands. I wish I had brought a tripod. So we're gonna pause as I readjust this. So I had to shimmy the tire a little bit to get that all the way in there. We're gonna get our castle nut back, and basically what we're looking for is to set this back in far enough. You can see the hole there. There's a hole on either side, and we want the castle nut set deep enough that we can get our cotter pin back through. We don't have to go super tight on it because we want our wheel to actually be able to turn. But that's why we use a castle nut. It's got these little grooves in it so you can put the cotter pin through, and it prevents it from unscrewing itself. And I obviously failed to get myself some gloves before doing this, but that's okay. Little automotive grease never hurt anything, so I got that lined up. You can see the hole in between there. And we grab our good greasy cotter pin. So we're going through there. It's gonna require a little, there it is. I may have to use the hammer to, or the channel locks to get this through the other side, but there we have that. And we're gonna get it all the way set through, and then we're gonna bend up this side so it doesn't slide out. So now we've got our cotter pin through, folded up so that our castle nut doesn't wander, and we're gonna put the hubcap back on. And again, this just screws on here hand tight. Ta-da! And our wheel moves. Fabulous.